The wine cellar. It sounds fancy, right? But let's be honest. For many of us, it's less about luxury and more about having our own anti-stress room where the bottles listen, don't interrupt, and always agree with you. But jokes aside, a wine cellar can actually be one of the most practical and rewarding features that you can add to your home. Before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Every week, we share real experience-based insights about remodeling, home design, and building smarter, better spaces. All right, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine for the topic, and let's get into it. Hey, we're in the basement here at this project in Bellevue, and the space that we're in right now was already here. This was an existing space. Where the crazy part started and where it got a little nutty here was right here at this wall, where you see this door behind me. The wall was here, but behind it was a crawl space, and the dirt was up, this high maybe in here, kind of varied. Like this was, you had to like jump over this wall and walk around, very unfinished and messy. And so the entire project was to dig this space out, lower the floor down, and turn this into a finished space. Now we did the flooring in here and some trim and paint and updated some lighting and things like that. But the real work was back here. This wine cellar will hold about 1,200 bottles. And we've got a real collection here to share with you and show you. All right, what's the most expensive? Well, it turns out that's this guy right here. It's about $450. This is Domaine Serene is the winery, their favorite winery, and most expensive, the monogram. This is one of their favorite California wines, and this is about $350. This is Opus 1. This, interesting, a little story behind this one, also about Domaine Serene, but this is the special 23 that is Michael Jordan. This is for him, and you can only get it from them at the winery or in Michael Jordan steakhouses, and this is about $250, he said. And then they like sparkling wine, champagne, but it's not champagne because it's not from there, but it's sparkling. These are $150, also Domaine Serene, and they were like that. Why do homeowners want a wine cellar? You might think wine cellars are just for collectors and private vineyards, but that's really been changing recently. These days, even modest homes are getting compact, modern wine rooms, not to show off, but to properly store wine and to add a touch of personality. Wine loves stability. Temperature around 55 degrees and humidity around 60% or so with no bright light or vibration. Obviously depends a little bit on whether it's a red or a white, but definitely a climate-controlled environment is a benefit to wine. Think of a wine cellar as skincare for your bottles. It keeps them young, fresh, and happy. What makes a wine cellar really work? Right? The design is the fun part, but the real magic is in the engineering. That's where the trick is. Dedicated cooling system, not your home HVAC, you can't use that. LED lighting only. UV rays are the enemy to a bottle of wine. Moisture-resistant materials, stone, metal, or hardwood racks. If you skip those, you'll end up with a beautiful closet full of warm wine. That's why at Armada, we always start with the technical side first, right? We want to make sure it works, then we make it pretty. The temperature load, insulation, ventilation, and then we can start to talk design. 3D wine management system that they have. This is an app, and they will customize the app to match exactly your wine cellar. And so then you can go in here, you can select a section, you can pull up a row, you can tap on a bottle, it'll give you all the information about that wine. Oh, I want to see what this one's all about, what kind of, who makes it, how much it costs, so on. And you have to put all this information into the app. You have to type it in, and you have to tell it where you put it. But once you do, it's there, and you can play around, you can go find the thing, you can search for it. Oh, where is my so-and-so wine? Put it in here, it'll tell you it's right there. It'll highlight it for you. It's really, really cool. How big should it be? And where should it go, right? These are questions that are very important. And the big one is, how many bottles do you want to store? Now let's talk about that. Most people are surprised when I tell them you don't need a mansion. A room about 5 feet by 5 feet, the size of an average powder room, maybe 25 square feet or so, can hold around 500 bottles of wine. If you go a bit larger, 50 square feet, that's kind of a small walk-in closet, and you can fit maybe 1,000. If you're a serious collector, 100 square feet, you're looking at 1,500 plus bottles. But here's the thing, the bigger the cellar, the more precise your climate control needs to be. Otherwise, you're cooling your wine in half your house. As for where to put it, right? Where do we put this thing? You don't need a dungeon, basements, spare rooms, under the stairs, nooks, very popular under the stairs, by the way. Even garages can work if they're insulated properly. I've seen clients convert pantries, hall closets, and yes, garages or portions of a garage into wine cellars. Just make sure your Cabernet isn't sitting next to the lawnmower. And if you're thinking upstairs, remember, wine is heavy. A full rack can weigh a few hundred pounds. We always check floor load capacity before starting construction when it's not in the basement. You know, a big thing just to make sure that we've got it all laid out. Quite an investment, as you can tell, both in the space for the wine and then the wine itself. It's like a cool garage, and then you got to buy 2, 3, 4 Ferraris to put inside of it, right? So, you know, sometimes it's what you put in it is more so than what it is. And then it was our pleasure to help bring their vision to reality. Boom, here it is. You walk in and wow. Does it add value to your home? Technically, not always dollar for dollar, but emotionally, absolutely. A well-designed wine room can make your home stand out. It's a conversation starter, a luxury detail that buyers will remember. Oh, you remember the wine cellar in that one house? They really like them. They do stand out. And if you're not selling, it's your personal retreat. A glass of wine, good music, and a space that just feels like you. Thank you for checking us out today. I'm Charlie with Armada Design and Build in Bellevue, serving the greater Seattle area. If you want a wine cellar or you want a project or you have a crawl space that you think you might be able to turn into some living space, maybe not a wine cellar for you, but who knows what it could be, give us a call. Check us out. Come on into the showroom and we'll be happy to talk with you, walk you through the process, how we work, what we do, and what is possible at your home. And let me know, what is your favorite wine? When do you like the best? What's the most expensive wine you've ever had? You know, all in the comments. Let's go. Let's see who's got the coolest wine story. See you next time. Have a good one.